easy to work with the character panel, pretty typical of every other application, particularly Adobe application, where you can just go in and pick a font that you like. One of my favorites, Gill Sans, so I'm going to do that. So I have Gill Sans here. This is pretty cool, and I can change everything I want. But if I want something that have a lot of different things applied to it without having to go through here and say, oh, well, I want this one to be 14 and I want it to, be stretched a little bit. Having to do all that individually takes time, takes effort, and then you have to kind of go through your entire application or your entire document and fix all of those things individually. Well, you don't have to. You can use character styles. So character styles is another panel, and if you can see when you first open it up, it says none. So we're going to create a character style. So I'm going to unselect any text. I'm going to go up here to the drop down panel options menu, and I'm going to say new character style, and here it is. So I'll call this the test style, and I can base it on another style if I have one, but I don't have one, so it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to go over here and I can see all the different things I can pick. So basic formats, that would be text or fonts, sizes. So I have Gill Sans as my standard, but I'm going to make my style be a different font, and I'm going to tell it what size it's going to be. I'm still going to leave 12. I'm not going to really monkey with any of the rest of these things, but you can if you want. And then I just go down through these options over here in the menu. Advanced character formats. Well, I'm going to leave everything as is. I can do character color, so if I want to do a different color other than black, I can. So let me do that. I'm going to do the color, this sort of a grayish blue, and I could do a tint. I could, if it was going to have a, if it was going to have a stroke or something like that, I could do those features there. If you have open type, a font that you're using, you can also do some interesting things if you want it to be underlined, that text. So let's do that. Let's turn that on, and let's do a 1-point underline, and the color, we'll do the color a red so it'll stand out. And you can't see some of this, but it's really not that. I have to pick the type of line, so let me scoot this over a little bit. So I don't really want a double line, I just think I want a solid line. I don't need dashed or anything like that. And then strike through, if I want to do strike throughs, pretty much how I want it to be exported. Really the basic things are right here, and just any special kind of thing I want to do. I can also add this style to our library, which I don't really have a library to add it to, so I'm going to uncheck that right now. And then I can do preview, but I don't think I have any text selected, so it's not going to do anything right now. So I'm going to say OK. And now you see in my character styles panel I have a character called test style. So all I have to do is select some text. Now this text right here is actually not as the same size as the rest, but I'm going to pick this text, and then I'm going to come over here and just click the style. And you can see what has happened is it has taken on the attributes of that style. It's in a different font, it's in a sort of a grayish blue, and it's underlined in red. I didn't have to apply the font individually, I didn't have to apply the underline individually, I didn't have to apply the color individually, and I can go and do the same thing in another. So let me find another sentence, and I'm going to apply that character style again. So you can see even in the middle of a paragraph you can change or use different styles. So this is a good way if you're doing all your headers differently. You can apply a style to your headers and they all match.